In today's video, I'm going to be talking about 3 ways that you can get your first property deal and start your search straight away. If that's something you're interested in, or learning about your first property or working with property deal sources, then please hit that subscribe button, because over the next few weeks I'm going to be talking about ways that you can get your first property, how to buy your first property, and leveraging deal sources. Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Radhika and I am a property investor. In today's video, we're going to be discussing 3 ways that you can get your first property. My aim for this YouTube channel is to be able to deliver tons of value to you guys for free, because I do appreciate it is very overwhelming and really hard to get started, and I was in this position 3 years ago and I want to help you in any way, shape or form that I can. So without further ado, let's get into this video. The third one is the one that I use the most, and if you have been following my journey on Instagram or Facebook, then you would know exactly what this one is. But let's go into the first one. So the first one is direct to vendor, so trying to get through to the seller without using a middleman. When I say a middleman, that means estate agent, property deal sources, or anything like that. You're trying to go direct to the vendor and creating a win-win solution. There are so many benefits of getting straight to the vendor, because you can come up with something creative, you can create a win-win solution. There's no middleman to negotiate their fees or anything like that, so you can really help the seller. And the idea is that they don't have estate agent fees, so that's one fee that they're already saving, and 2, they know that you're a serious buyer, that you have a mortgage in principle and everything in place, that you are ready to buy that property. So some of the methods are using landlord letters, so essentially finding out the HMO register, which is a popular way, or finding out any investment properties and sending them a letter directly. This does take time because it's all about the way you market yourself, and let's be honest, it takes about 6 to 8 touch points. So when I say sending one landlord letter might really not do anything, it has to be consistent. You have to keep going, because people have to get to know you and people have to get to know that you're seriously interested in buying their property. So it's all about the way you market, essentially. The second option is doing Facebook ads. Yes, you pay for that up front, but you are doing a number of touch points, because you are targeting specific people who are looking to sell their property or in a specific sector, and you will keep targeting and retargeting those people. There are so many videos on how to do Facebook ads. I'm not a specialist in this area whatsoever, so go and check those out, but it's all about the number of touch points, again, like the landlord letters. The other methods that you can do is tell everyone what you do. You can post in Facebook groups of the things that you're doing, that you're looking to buy. You might have seen those adverts like on the motorway or any on A roads or anything like that, saying we buy houses in cash. You could do leaflets with the same message. But the idea is that you're using multiple marketing streams to try and get you closer to that person who is willing to open up that conversation with you about them selling their house. The second one is already looking at people who are doing the flip strategy. So if you are looking at buying ready-made investments, look at people who are doing current projects to flip. Or if you look on Facebook groups, there are so many people who essentially follow their journey and document their journey, saying they're doing this flip, and that's something that you can actually go after if you are interested in buying ready-made investments. I know a particular strategy, which is HMOs, buying ready-made HMOs. The headache of buying a property, doing it up, and then after a year is when it will actually start generating the income. Some people just don't want to do that. Some people just want to park their cash and get guaranteed income coming in straight away. So don't deny the fact that there are already ready-made investments made available for you. Coming on to the third strategy, which is the one that I use the most because I'm very time poor and I don't live in my investment area, is using property deal sources. Now they can add so much value to your journey and help accelerate you buying properties, because they essentially have marketing already in place. They already have great relationships in that particular area and already have property secured. They already have a pipeline which they have been starting from when they have started, so they would have had deals in the pipeline that have fallen through and that they can go and recontact essentially and put in their offer and secure it for one of their investors. Now, there is a lot of due diligence that you need to do on property investors, but they can really help get you that first property, get you on the property ladder and get investing straight away. One thing that I do want to say is you still have to do your due diligence on the area, and I would still highly recommend you go and visit that person and visit that area and showing you any properties that they're doing in that area, because it will say a lot about what your end product is. If they are new to properties, and I still wouldn't disregard them if they are new because everyone has to start from somewhere, but just qualify and assess your relationship with them. Can you work with them? Do you see a potential working relationship? Will you be kind of willing to put your investment and risk into that person's hand? Not that they would be taking on the whole project, but essentially if they're giving you a property, do you trust them enough to essentially take on all of that risk? So there are so many different factors, but honestly, for me, for someone who is time poor and area poor, when I mean area poor is that I can't afford to invest in London at the moment. Yes, I probably can using other people's money, etc., but my strategy wasn't for London because there's a lot of cash parked in there. Personally, for me, there are other strategies that you can do, and I'm not going to waffle on about London anymore, but for me, my choice was to kind of build a team outside of London where it was a cheaper entry point for me, where we can buy multiple properties in one go and go from there. I have done a video on how I got my first property, which was £39,000, £999 with a £20 council loan that's interest free for 10 years to help me refurbish that property, and that was a source deal. So you can get some really good source deals. It really just depends on the sources criteria, what they're looking for, how many projects that they have on, because they cannot take on every single deal that they get. If you found that useful, please hit the like button so more people get to see this video and find creative ways of getting their first property without having to go to estate agents. Yes, still use estate agents, but if you can add in additional ones where there's less competition, then you're more likely to succeed in that way and getting more appointments and hopefully getting more offers out there. If you have any methods below that really work for you or you can help other people, please drop them in the comment section, or if you have any questions about the strategies that I've mentioned today, then please hit them in the comment section and I will reply to them. If you found that useful, please hit that subscribe button, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video.